2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We are honored to have you with us for our special presentation of the NBA on this Martin Luther King holiday. Tonight, we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Hawks in Atlanta. Well, for Atlanta, playing above 500 in the last few weeks, not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. And today we honor the one and only Martin Luther King Jr., a man who stood for the peace, unity, and equality of all people. It's a great day, Shaq.
That man gave his life for what he believed in. We are forever indebted.
Well, the progress that he made, truly he led by example. He lived his life a way that we could emulate. Instead of talking about it, he was being about it. The Dr. Martin Luther King.
Just about time for tip-off on this very special day. We'll see you next time.
Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports, a special Martin Luther King Day edition. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We're at the Phillips Arena. The Atlanta Hawks plan to take advantage of home court. They come into this one very confident. They feel like this is a game they should win against a team that's struggling. We'll see if they can take care of business.
And this is a team they'll see a lot of. 4 times total this season went their way. We'll see if they can push it to a 2-0 lead tonight.
And guys, doing it here in the second game, again, would be huge. I mean, it would really establish them as the dominant figure, the dominant team in these matchups.
Now the starting group for Orlando. Noah is out there with Channing Frye, and it's the natural. Then there's Red Hot, and it's Sampson in at the 3 spot. Here's the natural in the game against Toronto. Very impressive. Can't make good off the screen.
Really was a slow start for Gallinari last season. It took him a while to get back to speed after missing all of the 2013-14 season with that torn ACL.
On offense, here are the Magic. It's a 5-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
You know what, though? Not only did they get to the free throw line a lot, but they converted at a high clip.
Old school basketball here. Hard-nosed, fundamental, just solid old school performance right there.
Here's Red Hot. He had 16 points in the win against Toronto.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways. Well, he can give as good as he gets.
Gamesmanship going on right here. You've seen it, Greg. You know exactly what's going on right there. He answers right back of his own.
Kyle Korver, a true laser. I mean, the most efficient catch-and-shoot jump shooter in the league, and maybe in league history. He tallied the second ever 50-50-90 season a year ago.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Korver now in his 13th season in the NBA. Last season was his best ever, especially shooting.
Yeah, and he credits all of his improvement to the advanced off-season training regimen. Extremely dedicated. He moved his family to Santa Barbara to be closer to his trainer, and it's paid off.
Both free throws good from Korver.
And Kyle Korver enjoying a career renaissance, if you will, here in his 30s. A former late second-round pick. He's kicked around the league a little bit. He's really found his niche here in the motion offense of the Atlanta Hawks.
Here's Red Hot. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Here is Korver after the Magic pick up 2. Young with the ball. 26 points for him last game against Brooklyn.
But it didn't deter him from attacking defensively. His pressure was terrific. He also got 3 steals in that game.
A little background on Kyle Korver, drafted 51st by the Nets back in 2003. They sold his rights to the Sixers for a little over $100 grand and used the proceeds to pay for their summer league fee.
Well, that, and they also bought a new color copier for whatever that information is worth. It might sound like a mistake in hindsight, but I heard that machine is very reliable.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Young outside. They set the pick. Passes it to the monster. The 3. Atlanta again missing. For Atlanta, they come in off the loss to the Brooklyn Nets.
The offense just struggled mightily in that game. They went stretches where points just became very difficult to come by.
And ironically, their play wasn't that bad. It was just their shot making that went AWOL.
And there's the feed to Gallinari. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Gallinari's got his first bucket of the night.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Pass to Sampson. Feeds it to Fry. Launches a 3. The shot no good. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Orlando, where they were able to handle the Magic.
A huge margin of victory for them when these 2 teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, the reserves, the guys coming off the bench, Greg, made their presence felt. And, of course, with their big lead, they were able to give the bench a lot of run.
Orlando with the ball, following the bucket by the Hawks. Collins passes to the monster from the baseline. The shot is off.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
The Magic shooting their first free throw of the game.
And 72% on the year. I'm sure they'd like to improve that category.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
So it's Atlanta now. The pass to Gallinari. There's the pick. Terrific design on the pick foot, and he lays it in. Gallinari's got his second basket of the game.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Noah the screen. Pass to Sampson. Here's Baker. No good with the triple. Atlanta leading by 3. Now the dish to Gallinari. Here's Collins, guarded by Fry. The monster passes to Korver. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Collins kicks to Young. Drops it in from 11 feet.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
The Magic trail by 5. Here's the natural. He has 6. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. And here is Fry. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots it. Sampson's shot is off. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. A chance now to go over to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer.
Kevin, I asked what part of their offense defensive scheme he feels most confident in today, and he said it's probably the depth of perimeter shooting talent that they've got. He said our guys can flat out shoot it, and you're going to see it today. Gentlemen?
Thanks, Doris. Always want to get those threes falling consistently.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right, because that's really the only way that you can force the defense to spread out and extend itself, and when that happens, then other opportunities are created.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game.
You know, Channing Frye signed a 4-year, $32 million contract in 2014. And in the very first leg of that contract, promptly had his worst season in 5 years. In fact, he even lost his starting job along the way.
Jason Smith, he's checked in for Orlando. Elfrid Payton comes in for Jakar Sampson. The Hawks leading by 4. Young outside. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4. And talking about Channing Frye last year, the three-point shot still there for the second straight season, Greg. He hit the second most threes among power forwards again, landing in back of Kevin Love.
Yeah, and offensively fine, but that defense, Kevin, was not there. And Frye was neither quick enough or aggressive enough to stop anyone. And you know he has the talent. It's up to him. He's got to dig a little deeper if he really wants to realize his potential.
Young, and the rejection by Smith. But they get it back. Collins, tough break there, shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Hawks?
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Wayne Dedmon comes in for Channing Frye. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for the natural. That one is no good. It's pretty obvious, I thought, Greg, that Budenholzer was the deserved Coach of the Year. I mean, Steve Kerr, there are a lot of good names you could put in there. But what he's done taking the Hawks to the top of the East, few saw that coming.
I agree with you. I mean, he has transformed this Hawks team over the past couple of years, has a wonderful team game. You know, obviously a lot of influence coming from Pop when he was with San Antonio, but he is really, I think, redefining how the game of basketball is being played at the pro level.
Here's Payton, following the basket by Tyler Zeller. Shot clock at 6. The jump hook, and that one goes long.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
C.J. Watson, he's checked in for Red Hot. The Hawks leading by 5. Over in the corner, Williams. It's stolen by Watson. To the paint, here's Lamb, and that one is stuffed right through.
And you know what? This is the second time this season that he'll be back where he grew up, playing in front of his friends and family. And after they lost the last time here, you know, he doesn't want to go 0 for 2. So his friends will never let him live that one down if he can't come out and get a victory. But they still will cheer for the young man here in his hometown.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. The Magic trail by 3. Now Watson. He had 13 points in the win against Toronto. All alone. And Jeremy Lamb, the bucket on the assist by Payton. Lamb's got his second basket of the night. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Kicks to Zeller. It's tipped.
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for Orlando.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way. Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
One shot, gentlemen.
Taking a look at Lou Williams last year, kind of a typical year for him, a lot of scoring on bad efficiency.
Yeah, and for Lou, he did make it over the 40% field goal mark, but just barely.
Just barely, you're right. Now here's Payton. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Clock at 6. Watson dishes to Smith. Fires it up. Atlanta with the rebound. Young outside. Zeller passes to Cephalosha. Here's Capella. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's a 4-point Hawks lead.
Well, you can't give him that kind of a position in the post.
Oh, without question. I mean, when he gets it in that tight and that close, that's easy. Real easy.
Now here's Payton. Watson for 3. But they recover it. Young with the steal. And now Young running the floor all by himself. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Atlanta calls timeout. Now here's Zeller. Dishes to Young. Back to Zeller. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely. Zeller's got his second bucket of the game to go. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Watson with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Out to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Williams' shot is off. The Magic trail by 6. Will it go? And it's good on the way in.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Now here's Williams. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. That's tipped. And they're moving it up. Watson's shot is off.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
And Young kicks to Cephalosha. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Zeller, a screen on Payton. And Young, here we go. Softly drops in the floater. Young's got 8.
That is an elegant move to drop in the floater there, guys.
And here's Watson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Lamb. And so the first quarter is in the books. Hawks on top. They're up by 6. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. And before the game, Star Center Joakim Noah talked about the intensity of this Chicago Bulls team. You know, I think Joakim can certainly make a case, Clark, for Chicago being that famished 5, especially with Rose back on the court.
There's no doubting that, Kevin. I mean, even the addition of Gasol with his 2 rings, the way he left things in L.A., that left him with an appetite that has him still hustling.
Thanks again for joining us, and welcome back to our special Martin Luther King Day presentation of the NBA. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backcourt.
And it's been gang rebounded. I mean, everybody has done a great job boxing out for him, and it's showing up on the stat sheet.
So on the floor for Orlando, the natural out there with Red Hot. Then there's Noah. Then there's Channing Frye, and it's Sampson in at the 3. Shots good from Young. The Magic trail by 5. Here's the natural. Here's Baker. Got a hand on it. Noah dishes to Frye. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Frye's got 6.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's the natural after the basket by Atlanta. Passes it to Sampson. Here's Red Hot, guarded by Korver. Here's Baker. No good. Korver with the defensive effort. The Atlanta leading by 4. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
Here's the natural. He has 6. The pass to Baker. This one for 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Cabela's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Young passes to Gallinari, and he gets it to go. And now it's an 8-point Hawks lead.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Here's the natural. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. And why don't we take a chance now to see which teams have been the NBA's highest scoring squads this month. Number 5, the Hawks.
You know what, Kevin, as a team, they've been getting great results offensively. I mean, they seem to always get the ball to the right guy at the right time in the right position.
Now Gallinari, 6 points for him. He feeds it to Capella. And Young, here we go. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Magic trail by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Here's Baker. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. 10 points for Red Hot.
Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
And last year, not exactly up to Noah's lofty standards. Was way down in field goal percentage and free throw percentages. compared to the season before, but he did not play completely healthy all of last year either.
A little dinged up, missed 13 games more than he had the season prior, and also the minutes dropped as well. And you could just see him laboring at times on the floor, clearly affected by those injuries.
Here's the natural. 6 points for him. To the wing right side. Here's Red Hot. Gallinari covering. Sampson, the pass to the natural. Second chance shot, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And, you know, going back to Noah last season, I think the additions to the Bulls' front court had an effect on him. I mean, they added Gasol and Mirotic, 2 major talents up front. I think that gave Noah less opportunities than he'd had the year before, and it was an adjustment for him.
Atlanta making a switch here. Collins is checked in. Napier, he's checked in for Orlando. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
And guys, talking about Joakim Noah, he was still the spirit of that team last season. Amongst all the great talents the Bulls had, Noah was that energizer and catalyst for the team. A true warrior, even in an off year.
And Orlando has possession. Following the bucket by the Hawks. Here's the natural, guarded by Korver. Here's Baker. Another miss by Orlando.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Young's shot is off.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful 2-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Now, here is Young. He's got 14. He kicks it to Collins. And here's Korver from the arc, and that is good. Korver's got the lead up to 8 now for the Hawks.
Nice stroke from long range, and if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
Here's Napier, defended by Young. Pass to the natural. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
Well, you know, whenever he got to the line, he just couldn't find the target.
shots.
But nights like that do happen even to the best of them. Guys, I think free throw shooting, and Steve, you can speak to this, is all about rhythm and confidence, and he hasn't been able to establish any rhythm there this season.
And that one misses. Young's checked in for Atlanta. He hits the second from the line. Atlanta leading by 7. He dishes it to Korver. Here's the monster. Boom, he chips it straight down.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
Almost. How about the glide in and then also to reverse it?
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around, and that's why he needed the timeout.
The Magic trail by 9. Here's the natural. 7 points in the game. Noah, the screen, knocks it loose. It's stolen by Korver. Young outside to the paint and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Just absolute domination in this one for Young. He's got 14 points and a decent little assist total for him, too.
No doubt they'd like to see that carry over to the rest of the team. Get good assist numbers all the way around.
The Hawks shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
The first free throw is good. The Magic making a switch here. Lamb's checked in. That one misses.
You know, guys, coaching in the NBA is not for the faint of heart. Very little job security. I mean, in essence, you get hired to be fired. Let's face it, it's hard to make a bunch of millionaires do what you tell them to when they might be around longer than you will.
What's up?
For Orlando, they have shot 4 of 7 as a team from the line tonight. Several misses early. Williams, he's checked in for Young. Then for the Magic, Wayne Dedmon comes in for Joakim Noah. And Smith subbed in for Channing Frye. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Atlanta leading by 7. Williams kicks to Young. Now the feed to Collins. Down low. Korver dishes to Young. Korver passes to the monster. Shot clock at 6. Pulls up on the wing. Orlando grabs the miss. Lou Williams won the 6th man award last year, Clark, in the NBA. He's not a playmaker, although he kind of plays that position a little bit. This guy scores the ball very well coming off the bench.
He really does. I mean, he looks like a guard because of his size, but he's truly an explosive scorer. And that's the strength of his game, and that's who he is and what he does.
Now here's Korver, following the miss by Lewis Williams. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Here's Napier. Pass to the natural. Screen by Smith. The natural, the pass to Smith. And that one's on target from the wing. Smith's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, and when you look at Lou Williams, he's always had a shooting guard skill set in kind of a point guard's body. Now, he's not just a long-range bomber. He will attack the basket and earn his share of trips to the foul line. And that's where he's really deadly. 86% from the stripe last season.
Here's the natural. He has 7. Orlando needs to get off a shot. Shot from the wing. Offensive rebound. The Hawks leading by 5. Outside Williams. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
And, you know, back to Williams, sometimes it's better to own one thing, be a master at that, than try to fit a round peg into a square hole. I mean, he's not a really good passer. Never has been. That's not who he is. But he can heat up quickly as a scorer. And that's the side where you put jelly and butter on his toast.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Zeller comes in for the Monster. Thabo Sefolosha subbed in for Kyle Korver. And the Magic making a change here as well. Payton's checked in. Now here's Lamb. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Pulls it up. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Napier. For Atlanta, they've gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Williams attacking. Tries to snap the cold streak. He lays it in. Williams has got 5 points so far.
You have to be disciplined on defense, Kevin. Biting on every pump fake isn't going to get it done.
Pass to Napier. Collins against Smith. Nails the baby hook. Smith's got 4 points now in the quarter. Atlanta leading by 3. Williams kicks to Sefolosha. Nobody near Williams. And the Hawks getting another basket right there. And it's the Magic with the ball. They host the 76ers after this game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Smith kicks to Payton. Here's Lamb. No good from outside. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Williams up on top. 7 points in the game. Feeds it to Zeller. Good. Now it's a 7-point Hawks lead.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
And he gets it to go.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Williams kicks to Sefolosha. There's the dish to Collins. And the 3 off target.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
They set the pick. Kicks it to Payton. Dishes it to Smith. Now here's Lamb. He's tightly guarded. And guys, over his first 3 seasons, no question Jeremy Lamb has been a major disappointment. Clark, his game simply didn't seem to evolve at all over that time.
Well, that's why scouting is an inexact science. You know, he was a major piece in that James Harden trade, Kevin, a few years back, but just hasn't found the traction anticipated for him.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Lamb.
And on the topic of Lamb, he really has everything he needs to succeed. Great length and athleticism, was an excellent all-around jump shooter in college. For some reason, his game just hasn't translated to the NBA level yet. But I think if he can improve his motor, he's going to have an opportunity to be an impact player for a long time.
And, you know, regarding Lamb's development, most scouts felt the weaknesses he did have could be ironed out over time. Well, there's still time. He needs to improve his strength, his ball handling, and his effort on defense. All things well within his control.
Now here's Williams. 7 points in the game. Shoots from 12. Rebound by Smith. The Magic trail by 3. 35 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Screen by Smith. Another miss by Orlando. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. That's tipped.
Clock is clearly on their side.
Exactly, and they can hold it for the last shot, and I think they will.
And there's the pass to Lamb. And that one hits back iron. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Hawks lead by 3. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Atlanta came ready to play. Their lead at one point was up to 7, and they had some real nice momentum going. They ended up leading by 6 at the end of the first quarter. And into the second quarter, momentum started to shift slightly as they gave up some of that lead, ending the half up 3. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
Well, they forced their way to some easy buckets, aggressively going to the rack, imposing their will. I mean, taking it inside establishes an attitude and toughness that you can't get any other way.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
Well, how about that contribution they got from the bench? Nice. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. I wouldn't be surprised to see them dig a little deeper into that bench. Some games you just got to go with the lineups that are working and just improvise, Ernie.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.